Alright YouTube, today we are going to do a pump install on a homelite 3100 PSI pressure washer. It's 2.5 gallons per minute. I don't try to rebuild these pumps. They're so cheap. If you go to the description below, it'll blow your mind how cheap these pumps are. Just click on the link. I'm not allowed, because I'm an Amazon associate, to tell you the price, but it will blow your mind how cheap these things are. And they work, and they're usually like the next size up and everything, but I think this one's 3,000 PSI that I got for this one. I'll put it in the link below. You're not going to notice the 100 PSI difference, you know. Alright guys, so I've got two of these to do today, so there's two boxes. We're going to open them up and figure, oh wait a minute, vertical. This has got to be horizontal. This is the vertical one, so this is the one right here. We're going to pull it out. Just going to pop the tape on it so we can open it. We're going to pull this off. Alright, so it's the pump. Brand new nuts and bolts. Comes with a brand new hose for, you know, it goes to the, this one goes to the container, but this one's got the little, you know, like a filter that can drop into a gallon bottle or whatever. But I'm gonna go right to back to this container right here like that for this one. There's different applications, you know. And then instructions how to install. Nobody needs those. There it is, people. Not bad at all. Now, some of these are turned this way, and it's the, you know, it's not centered. It's not the bolt pattern is different. But you would just take these three off and pop it off, and then these three here off, and then you could rotate this around, put it back down, and then put this back on and bolt it down. I'm not sure that I'm going to have to do that with this. We're going to find out here real quick. And flip this thing up on its back. On its back is fine, because the only thing that's going to happen is maybe the carburetor will drain out, but the oil will sit on the back and won't come out the muffler or the carburetor. So you want it on its back when you're doing this job. You see, it's the same deal. So yeah, and it even faces the same direction and everything. So I'll put this pump in the description below. First thing we're going to do is take out the 3 bolts that are holding it. Now keep in mind that that's going to let this engine fall off. There's nuts on this side. Oh, what is that? I don't know what that is. It's stuck on this tire, I guess. But there's 3 nuts on the other side. So you're going to have to hold the nuts. See it over there while you're loosening the bolts. Take all 3 bolts and nuts off. So it's 12 millimeter on this side and it's 13 millimeter on this side. So I'm taking this all apart and I notice this is already taken apart. The customer was in this. It probably didn't even need the pump. It probably needed something cleaned out or something. But he already fucked with it. You know? I don't understand why people do this. And then it's, you know, whatever. But it cost him money. His problem, not mine. So you get a pry bar in there and you bang on it a few times, try to get it to slide off. Sometimes it'll come off in your hands. Other times, even with the pry bar, it won't happen. So you sit it upright, you'll start it, and just start prying on that with a pry bar. It can spin, so keep your hands away from it and everything, but the vibration will vibrate it right off. Just, you know, be careful. This one I've got to just bang on it, and it's actually coming free. Remove the keyway. Then we're going to take a wire brush or a piece of sandpaper and clean up the shaft. Just trying to get it cleaned up. Then we'll oil it so that the new machine just slides right on. Once I got it broken free, the old pump slid right off, so I'm just going to get her all cleaned up. Just a little bit of motor oil. Wipe it all down. Just help keep it from rusting, but mostly it'll just help the new pump slide on. Hopefully by the time this next pump goes bad, the engine's worn out too, you know. The reason these pumps go bad is the lack of use. If you were to use these like once a week or every 2 weeks, it lasts way longer. If you let it sit for a year and the seals dry rot and everything. Put the keyway back in. I'm using the old one. Give it a little tap just to make sure it's in all the way. Then pump. We're going to make sure that the keyway is lined up, and we're going to slide it on. But I got to hold that motor against this while I do that. Got it slid on. It's not on all the way yet. We got it kind of lined up. We're going to take our nuts and bolts and get the nut off. Start with the top one. We're going to slide in here. Now we're going to lift the motor up and line this up with that hole and slide it right through the motor. This will hold this motor and everything up in the air. I just have the bolt in. I don't even have a nut on it. Just in. And it's holding it in place. I'm going to put the nut on the back of it so it doesn't fall out. I'm just going to go ahead and put the nut on it. The bottom, get the bolt in. Then we're going to slide the whole engine up and get this to slide all the way through. Again, I even got the nut on it. Now I'm going to put the nut on it. Just not tightening it down. We're just getting the nut started on it. The last bolt goes in. That practically slides right in. And get the nut started on the back. Now we've got all 3 nuts and bolts started. We can slowly tighten them one at a time. Just get it kind of snugging up and then go to the next one. Don't tighten it all the way on one until you got all of them kind of snugging up. Pull the filter off. You can keep it, if this container has got a hole in it, just leave that on it and you plug it in right over here and you just use this in a gallon container. But his is fine, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to cut this end off right here so it's a nice tight fit on this barb. I'm going to plug it into the barb. I don't know why that's not zooming in. Trouble focusing. There. Then we're going to come all the way up where it lines up with this, and we're going to cut it off to length and stab it on. Clamps are needed. It's no pressure on this at all. And that should be it. Let me set it up. That should be it. Pull it over a couple times. Make sure that it's not binding. All right. It's fine. All right, guys, this helped you out in any way, shape, or form. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Again, I'll put that pump in the link below. Easy job. The video is 8 minutes long, but if I didn't have to do this video, I could have had this done in half the time. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. If you want to do any advertising, message me. I'll be more than happy to have a sponsor. Peace.